Welcome to class 32 of Python programming. This is class 2 of pandas. Before going to the syntax of how to take one column, 3 rows, here 4 elements, suppose these 4 elements, I would like to take you through one of the important data set, and we'll try to forecast something. But mostly we'll spend today some time showing you certain things which will work as a motivation for you to proceed further. Although this is not a part of today's class, it was opened, I am showing you. See, this is how you will see. This is matplotlib graph. And these are the Python coding. You'll be able to see this is a part of unsupervised learning. Let me cross this one first. The second one is, this is also DB scan clustering. This is also part of unsupervised learning. So this will come towards the end. So everywhere you have to write this way. Okay. So NumPy is used everywhere, you see. Next one is multiple linear regression. Here you will need the idea of regression. So see the 3D plotting here. This is hyperplane passing through these points. These are the 3 coordinate system and these are the points. So 3 variables are here. And this is a part of supervised learning regression. Now this was the last time pandas 2 when I taught. I don't remember the date. So this was also, see, everywhere pandas. I have a tabular form data. And we'll do mostly this one. In the 4th class. Okay. Now let me go to this one. Remember, this is so important. You do 1,000 things. Obviously, you will do later because you entered this career. But you have to start with this one. This will be so helpful. If you are not able to do something somewhere, then you just come to this one and do. Try to forecast. Do forecast. Okay. So suppose there is a human and you show a flower and you ask, you tell me the flower. 3 kinds of flower we have here. One is versicolor, the second one is virginica, third one is setosa. So 3 are there. So if there is a human being in front of you and you give a flower, obviously you will see in his eyes, or maybe he will check, he will try to know some other attributes, and you will be able to say. If there is a machine, obviously you will not give the flower to the machine. So how machine will learn? You have to give some attributes. Here, what are the attributes you will use? Remember, this is called petal. See, there are 2. Here there is 1 line. Here there is 1 line. Length, and there are 4. See here. Sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. 4 are there. Using 4, you have to forecast. 4 numbers will be there ultimately. So here 2, here 2. See, this is bigger as compared to, suppose you compare to virginica, you might get this one, and here this one. Similarly, we have 2 sepal and petal. So here length and width, here length and width. So what will happen is, to differentiate between these 2, you have to see the 4 things. Okay. If you come to this one, knowingly I made it bigger so that you will be able to watch, see sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. So if you get this way, the numbers, now we don't have any flower. We changed everything and we've taken 4 attributes here, the length and width, and you need to forecast what type. 3 types of flower, IRIS flower. It's a long 100-year-old data set. So it's widely used if you see in data science, machine learning. You start anything, you without this you can proceed further. Okay. So the total rows are 150. If you check here, 150. Okay. If you leave the header, 151 it shows here. Out of 150 in this sample, we have 50 from this type, Virginica, and then 50 from versicolor, then 50 from Setosa. So these are the 3 types. It's a simple data set where you have 150 rows and you have 5 columns. These are the features here, and this is the target in machine learning terms. In statistics, we say differently: dependent variable, independent variable. Here, these are the features, and this is the target. The target is the species here. So if 4 numbers are given, you have to forecast what type, Setosa or maybe Virginica, versicolor, whatever it is, seeing the 4 numbers. So if you check here, roughly these numbers 5, 4.9, 4.7, if you go down, you come to versicolor, yeah, these numbers are more. See, 6 comes here, 6, 5 and all that. Then if you come here, these numbers are even more. 7 is here, 6 is here. Things are mixed up, but you have 7 also. So how you will be able to know? Because there are 4 you need to compare and you need to forecast this one. So we'll train a machine, you can say. We'll train in a machine learning model, we'll train using the training data. We'll divide into training data and testing data, and then we'll train, and finally it will be able to give you the final whatever you want. And we'll see the accuracy also. Suppose we have 3 models. Coming to supervised models, support vector machine, we have regression model, logistic regression, suppose, or maybe normal linear regression. We have another one like uh, classification we are doing now. So you apply everything, then you see where is the accuracy high. Okay, we'll go to those things later, but we've just started with this one. Now this one will import. This is the flower. Okay, these are the 3 flowers. This is the flower set, you can say. This is data. Data is stored. Then here, this is our class. Here you have to IRIS flower data set we've written. We'll use this one. And how you can do is, I've written data because it's already there in my documents folder. The name IRIS I've given. So you write the path here and you get it read underscore CSV PD import panda set as PD. So if you write that, you get your data. This data is there. Then if you want to see the data, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. This is your, if you see the type, it's pandas, okay? PD dot. Sometimes hurriedly if you are writing, if you leave this one PD dot, it will not give you this one because it's a pandas one. PD dot you have to write. This is a simple syntax. Within this you need to write the path. This is one way. But fortunately, in C1, this is available. I'll show you what are the all available in C1. If you just write this one, SNS, like pandas, we write PD. Import, we write this way. Import, time and again, will not write in each cell. Cborn as SNS. Okay. So then you can use SNS. If you want, you can check this also, the directory, and you will get this one. Underscore dataset underscore names. These are the datasets already we have in Cborn. Like matplotlib, Cborn is also very, very useful. You will see in the next 3-4 classes. These are the datasets already available. You need not import. See, IRIS dataset is available. So what we can do is, alternatively, we have already imported here this one. If you run it, I checked the name data. Today only I imported this one. However, if you see how it's written 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is your data frame. And then there are 4 columns, 149. Okay. Because it starts with 0, the last one is 149. 150 rows into 5 columns. You have a rough idea. Now come here, if you import Cborn as SNS, and then you write SNS dot load data set. This is the syntax. Whatever data set you want to load, because some important data sets are already here. Okay, MPG, IRIS, those, I know some of my students are here, they've done R programming. You must be knowing we have already used 2 to 3 from here, but there are more. Titanic is a very common data set to use in all models. Okay, now capital data we have written here. Go down. If you check here how we write, this is the Cborn dot load data set, and we have written the name. And automatically, if you check dot head, see, I've written small data, not big data. Big data, I mean capital, in capital letters we have written. So that is different. Here also I'm able to get, okay. I think I printed this one recently. Yeah, this is here. If you write head, the first 5 rows it will show every time, so that you will have an idea. Okay, everything looks proper. Now you go proceed further. If it's not a very big data set, you can print the whole data set also. You can see once. You will be able to see the last row, first row, everything. We've already seen in capital DATA. The same thing we got. So most of the time, your life will be very easy because some data already here. Now, this is the image I showed you already. That image I imported. See what I imported. These 2 lines also you need to remember. Image, you have to write the path here, whatever image, PNG. If you written PNG here, but your this image is JPG, then you will not be able to import. It will show a lot of problems. Okay. I've given the name IR. You can see from here IR here, and it's a PNG file. I made it sure. Then from ipython.display import image, you have to write this. Okay. Then what will happen? You will get this one. This is only to see, because mainly why we're using Jupyter Notebook, everything we can do here. Even apart from this one, I will show you something today. I will not go through the syntax. We'll spend 2 classes, class 33 and 34. I just wanted to give you some motivation so that you will proceed further and do a lot. Now, if you see here, we have so many methods. We will do those in machine learning, not in this class. But yeah, this is also a part of data science. So coming to this one, Python, advanced Python programming. So these are the three types. This is the image I uploaded. So this didn't come as part of my um, program. Like I didn't run this and I got this. I imported this image. So this has nothing to do with the programming stuff. So this is what the data set I imported. That's all. No statistical models we have used here. So we will not write here machine learning. No machine learning methods is used here till now. Okay, so this is a part of simple programming. That's why I've written Python programming here. Now, what else you can do? Suppose here you apply a machine learning model to differentiate. We have matplotlib, we can draw graphs. Most of the time you will see this data set, but today we'll concentrate on this one, the pandas thing. Okay, the rows, columns, and how. Suppose you want to get one column, how can you get one row? How can you get? You want to get 10 rows in between and three columns. From three columns you need to know 10 rows. So what are all the ways you can get? Though that is not very important in practice, you can remember, but we need to spend formally 1 or 2 classes so that life will be easier for you. That's not a difficult stuff, but yeah, pandas again, it's a very, very big one. So we can go through each one, but yeah, we'll do that. Another thing I'll show you. There are two ways you can get. Suppose you want to know Google stock price. We'll do the modeling part. Okay. First of all, how to get that one. So this is the method you need to write. We have pandas data reader. Okay. Pandas data reader. If you want to get this one, if you try this way, this code you will write, I will send you all these files. You will not get this one just because you don't have, you need to install, you don't have pandas data reader. Pandas data reader you need to install. There is another one I checked today. Maybe is it there? Okay, data reader. Another way is Quandle. Just a minute. For other use importing math. So remember Quandle. This one also you have to install. Okay. If you have any problem, you just write, because we are using Anaconda. Conda is our manager, package manager. So if you write Anaconda or Conda, whatever you write, suppose Anaconda install. You see, you got it here. You have to try this way. Every time, whatever you are using, will be using like this 20. So in 1 month, you see, we'll be using these things 20 times. So it's very easy now. Quandle. Even Quandle, if you write also, if you have to write this one, okay, you copy this and you go to your command prompt or Anaconda prompt. If it's coming, just paste this one, Control V. Okay. I had a different one. So then enter here. Then it will ask you yes or no. You press yes. Then that is installed. Then we'll import. So that you can do. Pip install also you can write. You can try with pip install. There also you will get, yeah, .py is there. So if you go here, you will get to know everything. You just write. We don't have time. When I say, you will not have time because we have a whole lot of things. But yeah, once you can check everything, whatever we are doing, what is Quandle and all that little bit they've written. These are awesome APIs. Like this, you will see around 20 to 30. They will always be helpful to you. But yeah, we have a simple command. We can bring that to Jupyter Notebook and we can do that. So what we are doing here is Quandle is there with you, then you can import that one. Once installed, you can import that one. Then if you run this, so there is a problem because it, that was old one. Then I run once again. Okay, let me use this one. Wait. What happens is sometimes if you don't do work, you keep it, it will not work. Okay, you have to refresh. All right. Anyway, this is the old one. I don't think there will be any change now because it must be off. See, what we are doing is we are just trying to get the data here. You can check from here, cross check. You see, open 29 June date it's given. This is Yahoo Finance. Okay. If you just write Yahoo Finance in Google, you will come to this page. If you check here, 29 June today, open price is given. See, you have to click historical prices. Okay. Here, this one, historical prices, remember. Then you have high price. Suppose, let me write Google. You just write, suppose, Yahoo Finance. You click here. Then Nifty, BSE, Sensex, these are not important to us, right? So, because here you won't get Google or Apple, suppose we want to do something, you will not get. So, you have to know which stock exchange we are talking about here. If you have any doubt, you just write, suppose GOOGL, we have symbol C, Google. So, it will show you everything. And from that, you click historical prices. This is here, there anyway, but here we can do any kind of analysis. Suppose you want to take this data. Then what you can do is there are two ways. You can use Pandas data reader. That also you need to install. Or you can use Quandle as well. Okay, there are two ways. Here, if you check, we used Quandle. Okay, so yeah, I've written also Conda install -c anaconda Quandle. You have to write. Then you need to import numpy np pandas pd. Then Quandle dot get. That's all. Wiki Google. You need to write this. Suppose you want to know the Apple price, you can write Apple. Then now when you run it, it didn't run by now. Yeah, that means it's working. Yeah, it's over. Now print. This is the latest one. We'll check, cross check. Okay. If you see 29th June. Okay, we have not written the initial and the final, not a problem. 29 June, you check here, adjusted close coming. Okay. 2004, 2018, 2020 we want, right? Yeah, because we have not mentioned, we didn't get here. You have to mention, okay? So this is one way. The other way is, see, adjusted volume is there, adjusted close is there. That is very close to close. We do not worry about this. Open, high, low, close, volume. These things we will check, okay? So suppose this date, 19/8/2004, what was the open price? whatever the high price, low price, close price, and the traded volume. You have to check. Now, here I've written, you see, the starting time, start date. Start date you have written means it will start from here, and you will get everything. Okay. So run here, simple code. So now we'll check this one. So if you check here, we get up to 29/6/2020. Now if you check high value here, high is 1388.02. Check from here, 1388.02. That matches. Okay. Now you go to this one, low. Low is 1351.65. 1351.65. Then close 1368.78. 13. See, this is not matching. Okay. All right. Then okay, close 1383. 1383.41. Close, you check 1386 here. Okay. Then adjusted close, they must be same. There is a little bit change. Okay. I'm not going to that now. 1386.78. They're same here. But if you see, there is a little bit difference. Okay. Now you see the volume traded 107244. 1059. It's less, right? So sometimes it's not updated. What happens is it's closed now. It will open uh, maybe now the time is morning 9 or 10. There are 7 time zones in US. I can't say, but yeah, when it will open, it's open or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, it will be opened in 2 hours time, and then things will be updated. Now, if by chance there is other way also you can check. Even you can use Google API. I have used most of the people. 90% they use Yahoo Finance. That's why I use this one. Now, suppose you write GOGL here as well. Okay, it will show the price. You can check from here. I think here there will be no problem. The close price was 1362.54. Yeah, 13. This is 29/6, 1383.41. 1383.41. Close by price. Yeah, 1362.54 comes here. Okay. Even this was there 2 hours before. It's updated 1362.54. Here, and then open high, low is 1351 point. You see the volume, it's not there. Okay. 1351.65. 1351.65. Low is matching. Open 60, then close 83. All right, not a problem. So you will be able to get data. So how many columns you have? This is the date column. Anyway, the first one. So if you don't write anything, you will get 0, 1, 2. But we have written here the date here, the first one, then high, low, open, close, volume, and adjusted close. Only for one, it's coming here. Now data is there in pandas. This is the work of your programming. Okay, you brought data using any command, whatever we have here. Then how to make sense of data? We'll apply models here, data science models. It's a part of this A group. So you have to apply models, and then you have to forecast. Okay, so we have so many models. Time series model, we have in CM2 also. In CS2 we have time series. It's quite a big one. You need a lot of time. Those who have already studied, you must be knowing. We have also another wiki model. We use that in CM2. So we have different models so we can forecast. However, if you don't want to go to those things, because it takes time to learn, a month or two, You can use simple forecasting methods, and you can forecast for tomorrow. Suppose today is 29th June, you can forecast for tomorrow. So you need not worry. I mean, everything is there. You just need to know the tools, how to use the tools. That will be most important. And knowing something will not take time, because here in data science, unlike statistics or actual science, you need not go to deep and derive things, the theoretical things. In fact, in actual science also, we have little bit derivation. Here you have to understand the concept is important. What is time series? What is ARIMA model? What are PD and I, and how to choose PDI? What are autocorrelations? How to draw those graphs? Everything will come here. Even in R programming, R and Python, both are equally useful. But coming to this one here, yeah, this data we got here, and pandas is very important because you have to keep the tabular data in a data frame. So we got it here. And now we'll do more of pandas in the next two classes. I already said you. I will show you something more here today. Now let's go to widgets. Let's not worry about the coding part. It's very simple. Once only you need to remember. There is a meaning here also. This is widgets dot interact here. For this one also you need to import. Install. It's not there by default. Okay. You need to install, and then once you install this one, same, you go to command prompt or anaconda prompt, there you write install this one, then you will get it. Once you get it, again there are so many things. Okay, virtual environment, or maybe you are using conda, everything. So for different things you will have different ways. Suppose I write IPY widgets. Install, you can write installation, it comes here. Anaconda, it comes here. You can check this all the time, because we are conda is the manager. Okay, we are using anaconda distribution, so you have to take it from here. You write this one, then you come here, then you import. So this is useful for all kind of programs you will write here. Okay, if you are not doing machine learning part, you want to stay in data science only, this will be very, very, even in machine learning, and after that also. Because once the model is over, now pandas will be there everywhere. Okay, in machine learning, in deep learning, in artificial intelligence, everywhere it will be there. Pandas will be there. Okay, and models anyway, in machine learning models will do more, but in data science you have to show something. So how can you show something? Suppose someone has no idea, layman, how can you say that okay, I have done something? You will not show this code and you will run in front of him. So API is very important. So how can you make a app? Okay, if you want to make an API, then what will happen is that immediately you can make a link. When I say API, you can make a link and you can forward it, someone see it. For that you need a little bit more, and to show that also, if you make it interactive, then you will be needing IPA widgets. Even towards the end, I'll go to this one. This is called the iPhone in data science. Okay, this is very new. Only it's 5 or 6 months people are using. Just a minute. Okay, let me show you first what we can do here. This is a wrapper. Okay, decorator, we'll go to that later. But remember, 5 if you have written means it will be there in 5. So what will happen is, maybe I run this already. Yeah, it's working. We'll go to the coding part. You need not worry. I'm just showing you what you are supposed to do. See, You are making it interactive. Interactive means, suppose x is a number, you want to add, instead of adding 5 and 10, suppose you want to add a number 0, and then here a number 4. You want to add 0 and 4. Okay. So that you can do instead of fixing those things. Okay. See, interactive. So this is a slider. How can you make a slider? For that, these are called widgets. Okay. So widgets or widgets, whatever you say. But remember, this is there. You need to import this, and then you have to work. Here x5 means initially when you run, it will be at 5. Then it will work when x is not 5. Okay. So that way it will start from 5, anywhere it will slide. Now we have another slider here, just for showing purpose. Now come to this. Here, if you run this one, it's very simple. Again, I'm not going to this. This will come in matplotlib, because there is a graph involved here. Again, matplotlib will cover in the next 5 classes, 5 or within 5-6 classes. So here you see, this is awesome, right? You have a slider here, you have color here. Suppose, what is the graph? I'll show you. This is the graph. Okay. Trigonometric graph here. Then suppose you can make it low or high, write the frequency. Even the IRIS dataset I showed you, that also we can use here. Okay. So the length, you can, there are 4. See how you are predicting. There are 4. Just a minute. I can use this one. Yeah. Suppose your sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. Okay, these are 4. So you can have 4 sliders, like this 3 here. You can have 4 sliders. Then you change the length. Okay, you keep it at 1, this one at 2, this one at 5, this one at 7. Then you check the target, whether it's matching with your forecasting, whatever you forecast before. It's virginica or whatever, versicolor, that you can check. Okay. So what will happen is, what are the things you are using to forecast? Remember, 4 covariates we say in actual science. Here we say features. 4 features you are using to forecast this one. Those 4 features, instead of fixing those 4 features, you can make like this. Okay. So this is interactive. You can change this, and you will see the answer will change. You change this, answer will change. I could have showed this one to you, but that you can do here. The new one I'm saying, before it used to be difficult. Once this is done, you have to use Heroku, and you have to deploy your model. Okay. I'm not, I mean, discussing everything now, but yeah, in 1 month, everything will come. Now we can change this, and you set the color. Okay. Whatever it is, red. Then you see automatically run interact. Okay. This is like a macro in Excel, where macros. Okay. Tasks automated that way. Here you see everything, whatever we want. The difference is, there here it will forecast. Okay. And according to these features, you will get the target here. Okay. You can set here. Our graph only we have given 3: blue, red, green. Okay. Whatever you want, you can see here. And you'll see this one here. You need not run once again. Okay. Everything is there here. Just need to change. So it's so easy here. Whatever for whatever you need to spend hours in different programming, here you just need to click. Okay. You will get the answer. Yeah. We'll do this one also. Now let me cross this. Yeah, we were here. There was error here. This is not required. This is not required. Okay. So now if you check this one, this is working. Now suppose you we have five here, five columns, and you want to forecast high. Now that we got this data, but you want to forecast high, or suppose you want to forecast this one, the low value. Okay, because this open will not be that useful in the day. You know what is open close price? If you draw a graph like this, those who are from math or start background, it's very simple, but yeah, sometimes if you don't understand the problem statement, then it might be difficult. So you try to understand the problem statement. Those who have already studied ARIMA, for them it's a cakewalk. We're talking this way. So if you see this one, there are two important ways. One is through geometric Brownian motion log normal model. Those who have done CM2, they must be knowing. And one is from CS2 time series model. So these are the two things we use. We have exponential smoothing method also, that takes only 2 hours to understand, 1 hour if you go to the statistics part. Otherwise everything is available here. You take tools and you forecast it, because we don't have time, people don't have time. That's why I'm saying this one is the open price, right? This one is the open price, and this is the close price. Nibit, are you able to get it? This is the open price. Okay, say at whatever time it opened. I'm talking about 1 day here. In 1 day, this is the open price. Open price means the stock, when the stock market opened, the price was here. And then it increased from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then it started decreasing from 9 to 10. That it increased from 10 to 12. That way, finally, it closed at this. So, suppose someone purchase here, he will be happy that ultimately, with all highs and lows, ultimately you gain some amount. So when I show that price, you make it sure that you have a gain of this. Okay, this is the extra. So if you want to know the high price, this is the high price, and that is the global maxima here. Then the minimum price, if you check here, sometimes this will be minimum, sometimes the closing price will be minimum. Suppose this is the minimum price. At whatever it opened, it went down to more than that. I can write this way. Suppose it went here before gaining momentum once again. So in that case, I will consider this is the low one. This is the low one. During the day, this is the low one, and this is the highest price during the day. And this is open price. This is close price. These are the four things. Basing on this, only you can do something. However, mostly we would like to know the low price or high price, not all. So you need to understand what you exactly want to do from the data, and the adjusted closing price will not be useful here. However, on any given day of trading, so normally what happens is they amend this one. They include any distributions and corporate actions, whatever is there, before the next opening day. So that is something you can say back work you will not be able to know. So there will be little change. Okay, you don't accept. Suppose what I want to say is, tomorrow when it will open, you don't expect the same way, maybe little bit more or little bit less. Okay, that is adjusted close. Okay, we never use that one. If you want, you can use that one also. So you have so many things here: adjusted close and close here. Okay, so suppose out of all these four columns you want to forecast high, so what you will do is you have to take this one, this column. So suppose four columns are available. How can you take this column? Only one column, and you need to leave this one. So you need to name differently. Okay. So this is the standard. Okay. Here nothing to learn. So data source you have to write. Okay. Start means start date you must have written. This one you can change. And data source here, this one you can change. But this you have to write. This is a part of syntax. Ticker, data reader, WB dot data. WB you can change it as WB you have written. This is your pandas data reader. Okay. So WB you have written, you have to write this one. If you change this, you can change this as well. Other things, whatever you are saying, you need to remember. That's all. Like df pd dot data frame, you need to write. Ticker data, you can change this one. Okay. Here nothing to learn here, but if you are interested, you have to write it, you have to run it, you have to check it. And today mostly what I wanted is how to import data. Already we discussed last time how to get data, live data I'm saying, from suppose stock price data, or there are, so you can take air quality. There are different ways. We'll always be taking data. It will be part of our learning curve. So how to take data which is not stored in your system, that's what I wanted to say, online data. So what you need to do for that, we have different procedures before. Even web scraping. Okay, how to take data, lot of code you need to write, python code. But here things are easy because nowadays for everything there is a tool. Like you can use pandas data reader or quandle, and using apis you can get data. Even when you book a ticket in Make My Trip, what happens is, Make My Trip, if you go, it shows all data. How it's possible? How they show all data? Suppose there are 5 or 10 airliner, there are carriers. How Make My Trip is able to see all the data? This is only due to REST API. So what happens is, even if you want to do, I last time I did a program where we wanted to find the distance. Seeing Google Map, you find the distance between these two. How can you find distance? We had our Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, all those distance formulas are there. So how can you find the distance? For that there is a formula, but you have to get that map. You have to bring that map here, and then you have to do that work. Okay. So how to bring that here? That's a part of today's learning. Okay. So everywhere there will be some syntax or code. Okay. So then you can just use that, you can bring it, and then further you have to do your analysis. You have to apply model now. So these things you have to learn. See, you learned Python programming, you learned a bit of pandas. Okay. And you know how to get data from outside source. It's not in your system. Then you have to apply statistical model. And then you need, before applying statistical model, feature engineering means how many columns you need to take in your model, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, that you need to decide. It will depend according to your work you have to do. Suppose you want to predict high, you take one column, only one column out of all those. We have simple syntax. Will change the name of data, and we'll write a square bracket comma, and we'll write high. We'll get this one. Okay, this column. We'll discuss more about syntax in the next class. And once you get this one, then what models you want to use, that will depend upon your statistical learning. Or if something you need to learn, you have to do that. from time to time I'll be saying you everything we have in classification or maybe DB scan, everything you need not learn. But there are certain things like time series, generalized linear model, those things you need to learn. Coming back to this particular class, so now you know how to get it into this frame, and then we'll go for some kind of models. Okay, that's what I wanted to say today. Today's class is over. The syntax part we'll do tomorrow. Maybe it will take two classes, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Class is over for today. See you next time.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.